Hi, this is Rema Reddy. Today we will see how we can work with Excel sheets, how we can convert Excel sheet to an XML, and how we can convert an XML to an Excel sheet. So I have created a JavaScript for that. So basically, what are the libraries we are used is we are used the libraries Apache POI. It basically deals with manipulating an Excel file, and there is JDOM too. It's a Java library for manipulating an XML. So it's a JDOM stands for Java Object of DOM Object Model. It's compared to DOM library. This is better and in terms of performance and when writing the code also it's very easy because it's more Java library, whereas DOM was being written in Java and other languages like also. So there could be chances where the customers we can send us a file, Excel file, and ask us to process that. Or there could be a chance where we need to uh, generate the data in Excel file. So in that case, we can just leverage this utility. So how this looks like after that, after execution, it's like I have used a Java method activities. There, the first part is basically take the input file, Excel file as input, and it converts that into an XML, and that XML we are passing it here. And after that, we have written another method that can take the XML data in a string and then convert that into an Excel sheet and write the file directly inside Java code. So what are the basic steps involved here? The basic steps involved here is, so as I mentioned here, we are using Apache POI as a library. So it's an open source library. You can download it from Google. And here, first thing is, as we are passing an Excel sheet as an input file. So with this Excel sheet, we will create a workbook sheet. It's a Java object. So it represents a basic Excel sheet object, Excel sheet. Inside workbook object, you can create as many number of sheets as one. Anyway, we are just dealing with the one sheet only. So after that, we were in the Excel sheet, sample Excel sheet, something like this one. So you can see Excel sheet has as many number of columns it can have. On first column, we are treating as a column headers, and the rest of all treating as a data records. So you can extend as many number of columns you want. You can even extend as many number of records you want in the file. So, but we were just referring only the one sheet. So for that, first we'll create a workbook sheet and then consider the first line, because in XML you need to give an element names. So we are considering the first headers, first column as an column headers, and this is not considering as a data record. With these names only, we were just trying to create the element names in the element names in the generated XML. So after that, we'll go and each record, we'll go every row and convert this row record into one row XML, one row XML. So this is how it looks like. Basic thing is first create a worksheet, and then first line, read first line as a column headers, and then for consider read every row in the Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet you can convert into one row is an XML element, root element. You can generate it, one complex element. Under root element, every column will have uh, corresponding value. So let's see, this is how it looks like. So output will be something like this. Every row will be generating as a row, and whatever the columns applicable, we are creating the first line as a column headers and the value correspondingly to the element value. This is how it looks like generate. And after every row is generated, we are just appending the row as a root element, so that this becomes the valid XML. So, and after that, this whole XML content will be returning as a string. Whole content will be returning as string. So let's see the activity, how you are passing the activity. So we were just selected the method that parse Excel data, that selected the parse Excel data. So here you can see parse Excel data here. So I selected the method, and for that method, I pass the Excel sheet as an input parameter, and this particular one will be returning as an XML that I'm parsing is a root element will be rows. And after that, I'm making as an any element, because under row there can be any number of elements can occur. If your Excel sheet has only 2 columns, you'll get two elements under row. If your Excel sheet has a 5, so that it dynamically handles everything. So that's why I make it as an any element. So similarly, when we're converting back to an XML to an Excel sheet here, so this one basically takes an empty. So this one basically takes input as an XML in a string format and create an empty workbook sheet. And the similar thing is, first we are generating the row. So what we are trying to do is we were just going reading any of first row and taking this all element names. With that element names, we are generating the first columns, and after that remaining all row elements, we are going navigating through iterating through all row elements, and then we are creating the one record into there. So after that, once all the records has been written, then we are writing the Excel data into a file. We are generating a file directly in the Excel in the Java code itself. This is how the configuration looks like. The configuration, basically you will be passing the I think this is okay, here this one. So you can see I'm passing the different method where I'm passing the input parameters as uh, this. I think this one is. So I'm passing the input XML as an first argument to the Java code. The second argument will be the what is the file name that I want to generate the this Java code to be generated, the output XLS. So this is the one. So let's see how it runs. So I already have an employee an employee training record where it has something. I put some dummy records here. So let me just add one more record here so that we'll get. Okay, so first let's run this one, see whether it can dynamically accommodate all the records or not. You can just click on. So I'm generating an output record here. I'm just deleting this. So first one, we are passing the input file path where it has a few records, and then we are getting that as an output rows. So I'm passing this input to the parse XML, so it will gives me the proper format. You can see that every row will be having. After that, I'm converting this into an Excel sheet again, XML data string, converting entire the result set into an string format, and then I'm passing it into the next Java code that will be basically convert this into an Excel sheet. So this will take again another input parameter. What is a file name that I want to rename it, generate it. So it will give you just return as a one means success. Otherwise, it will throw an error. And even you can just see what and all method possible errors also it can throw out. You can see all these methods will be throwing out. If there is any issue with your parsing an XML with the DOM parser, you'll get all these kind of issues. When you're writing a file, anything, if you get any error, you'll get a Java exception. And similarly, this one also, same kind of things. So I'm just generally I'm not adding all the exceptions. I'm just putting the root level exception as a standard exception. So anything comes, it will just return complete data. So this is the one. So for that, what exactly the code, how the Java code looks like, and what and all things we basically handle it. So let's, there is a one tool I just downloaded. I built the jar file. So you can see there is a tool called Luton. You can download this. You can basically, jar files can open this, any jar file. You want to see what all code inside this jar file. You can just go ahead and open or download this zip file, and it will be just jar file. You just double click on that, it will get open, and you can just select the what are the jar file you want to open. So I open the jar file, this is the jar file, I open it. So I have created two classes. One class is for XML, Excel to XML, another class for XML to Excel sheet. So what exactly I have written in this one here is, if you look at it, so there is a one method parse Excel data in XML. It is taking the Excel file name, and then it returns the XML output. So for that, initially I created the from this Excel, right? So I created an input stream, file input stream. From that file input stream, I'm passing it into a workbook sheet, so that will create an empty workbook sheet, and it will initialize with the this file content. It will be loading that. From that, I'm just trying to get the first sheet, because as I mentioned, I'm not going through all the sheets. I'm only trying to reading the first sheet, and from that first sheet, what I'm doing, I'm just calling another method where it can just get the headers. So what basically doing that, it will pass the one sheet as an input here, and you can see the sheet as input, and I'm passing this sheet input. And from that sheet, basically I'm going through from this sheet, I'm just reading this one. This becomes a one row, and inside that row, as you can see, multiple columns will be there, multiple cells will be there. So I'm just looping the same thing. I'm just taking the first, like, how do you know how many numbers there are in Java? There is a two methods will be there: get first row number, get last row number. There is a two methods will be there. So it will give you that, first row number and last number. Basically it give you the uh, like get first row number. So it basically tells you that where is your, what is the index at which your input has been entered. So by default, the Java index start from 0, so that this get first row number will be giving a 0. And from that sheet, just taking the first row, from that first row we are iterating for every cell. And if any special characters are there in that column headers, because XML, it will be always should be proper, so I'm just replacing with underscore. And after that, I'm just adding the header. So I'm just putting an array list here, and this array list, because later on I just go ahead and based on the index position, I'll go ahead and I'll get the header name, and with that header name, I'll be going to generate the XML. So if you see the next one, this is basically just what I'm doing. I'm capturing all the headers into an Excel, an array list. It's kind of an internal array kind of variable. After that, I'm just creating a root element here as a rows. From that root element, I have added this rows as a document. This is a document root level node. In Java, we need to, after creating an element, if you want to say this is a root level or topmost level, we need to make it as a document. Document represents an XML file. In Java, it's basically represents a new document, but in the document nothing but it's a whole XML. So for that, I'm just making the rows as a root element here. And after that, I'm just going through all the row. I'm just trying to understand how many rows will be there. This is a row first number and row last number. I'll able to get it. Let's say if I have 20 records is there, my last record will get row last number will method will return me the index 21. So from this index to this index, I'm looping everything, iterating, and from that index, I'm just going and taking every record. First, what I'm doing, every record I'm converting into an XML. So that XML will be this one, every record. So same process will be repeating. So we'll see how we are generating for one record, so that same steps will be involved for other records. So if you see I'm calling another method called get row header. So for this, what I am passing is, I'm passing the one is a row content, other one is a header, because I need to rename it every element. So initially I captured all the header names into an array list. So here, let's go here. This is a row in XML. So first I am creating a root element here. This is a row, and after that, I'm looping it to the number of cells. Whatever the number of cells is present, I'm just looping all the cells, and for every cells, I'm just trying to based on the cell index, I'm just getting the column name. So that the first column name will be here employee ID. Okay, with this employee ID, I'm just extracting the based on cell type. It's a string or number. Based on that, I'm extracting, and after that, I'm just setting an element value here. New element, creating a new element with this name, and passing the header as a column name as a value, and I'm creating it, and after that I'm setting using the set text method. I'm setting the column value. So after that, I'm making the newly created. This loop will be will go through all elements, whatever the columns present in the cells, the Excel sheet. It will loop and it will create as many elements as that. And after that, it makes all the elements as a child elements to the root element here using the add content. So that's what I'm just doing. And after that, I'm returning the this whole row element to the parent method. So at that I'm adding it to the again root element to here. So it means first I'm converting, I'm going through the taking one row. In that row, I'm looping into the every cell, and every cell I'm creating an element, XML element, and this all cells XML element will be making as a one row, all as a child element to the row element. After that, I'm all this row element I'm making as a one child element to the rows. That's what is happening, and then finally it's returning the XML. So because this is a method, we'll use it to convert that into an XML to render the generated document as an XML. So this is what the same thing will do. Similar kind of things only we are doing it here. So, but what I was doing is you can use any Excel editor. So I tried it in AnyPoint Studio. It basically is a design time tool for MuleSoft. So with this, this is my project. If you want to extract a jar file, what you need to do, you click on export. You can just click on select jar. Next, when you select your whatever the jar source files, and make sure you select this one, generated class files and resources. You don't want the Java one. So and then click on next, finish. Then you'll get the jar file will be generated at this location. And I place this jar file in the TIBCO. I place these jar files in the TIBCO class path. Where I place the class path is, so in the bwlib, I place all the jar files here. If you see, this is a basic jar file that I was okay. This is a jar file that has all the code for converting Excel to XML to Excel. But remaining jar files like POI, POI XML, POI XML schemas, XML beans, all these and more things. These all are part of Apache POI, and this is the one more for JDAM. JDAM is for manipulating XML. All these things I placed in here. So after that, you can use Java method activity, and once you click on search class path browser, you should be able to get it. And make sure you restart the complete designer, close the project and close the designer instance, and then you will get it. So you can see that I have different two classes. One class has the one method, another class has the other method. So that I just same thing as referred it and pass the input parameters, and that's logged it. So this is the whole process is involved. So even you can use the Java method activity as well. But the problem is Java method activities, every time it's asking me, it will ask us to compare it. Even if you change something, you can change the name also, everything. The same thing I also do it. So just thing is, I imported the class because it's already in my class path. I just mentioned that because I made it this as a static class. So so that with the class name, I can directly call the method and pass the input parameter. It will return me the output. I define as input as in Excel data as input and out as one here. So we'll get an XML. Even if you run this one also, so you just compile it. You can see that it written as an XML. You can see the data has comes. So let me add one row here. See whether it can dynamically add rows or not. So let me add one serial number here. Okay, I'm just adding this one. Let's click on save. Click on save. So I no need to stop this because I'm using a file, right? So it dynamically read everything. So let me go to the even delete this output file also. So let me run it once again. You can see now, you can see the another element is added, serial number is added. So even you can add as many number of elements it supports. And let me run the another process where it has, you can even see the how the output is generated. Okay, now you can just go ahead and see the path I given as this is the one employee output, and you can see that serial number and all these things are converted as a this one. So first row has created a column headers and created all the rows. So that's all. Just wanted to share it. Thank you for watching this video.